42 Educate Society quotes to make your society a better place. Find here some collection of Educate a Society quotes. Society is important because it provides us a platform to live and work together for the betterment of the world. With the collective efforts of the people of the society, we can be able to improve our living and social conditions. Society plays an important role in everyone's life. If a society is good, then everyone living in this society can live their life easily. But if a society is not good, every person living here becomes selfish. A good society is made by the people living here. This responsibility is for everyone. If you want to make better the society you live in, you need to be a better person. When you become a better person, you will have the same effect on the people around you. And they too will become better people. Here are some Educate Society quotes which will help you to know about the importance of society and how you can make it better. Educate Society quotes. 1. To educate a person in the mind but not in morals is to educate a menace to society. Theodore Roosevelt. 2. Marriage can wait. Education cannot, because a society has no chance of success if its women are uneducated. Khaled Hosseini. 3. Educate your children to self-control, to the habit of holding passion and prejudice and evil tendencies subject to an upright and reasoning will, and you have done much to abolish misery from their future and crimes from society. Benjamin Franklin. For the school is the advertising agency which makes you believe that you need the society as it is. Ivan Illich. Five. Teach the ignorant as much as you can. Society is culpable in not providing free education for all, and it must answer for the night which it produces. If the soul is left in darkness, sins will be committed. The guilty one is not he who commits the sin, but he who causes the darkness. Victor Hugo. 6. Women make up one half of society. Our society will remain backward and in chains unless its women are liberated, enlightened, and educated. Saddam Hussein. 7. In our secular society, the school has become the replacement for church, and like church, it requires that its teachings must be taken on faith. John Taylor Gatto. 8. There certainly was some great mismanagement in the education of those two young men. One has got all the goodness, and the other all the appearance of it. Jane Austen. 9. The paradox of education is precisely this, that as one begins to become conscious, one begins to examine the society in which he is being educated. James Baldwin. Transform Society quotes. 10. A quality education has the power to transform societies in a single generation, provide children with the protection they need from the hazards of poverty, labor exploitation, and disease, and give them the knowledge, skills, and competence to reach their full potential. Audrey Hepburn. 11. Public education was not founded to give society what it wants. Quite the opposite. May Sarton. 12. Of books are the treasured wealth of the world and the fit inheritance of generations and nations. Books, the oldest and the best, stand naturally and rightfully on the shelves of every cottage. They have no cause of their own to plead, but while they enlighten and sustain the reader, his common sense will not refuse them. Their authors are a natural and irresistible aristocracy in every society, and, more than kings or emperors, exert an influence on mankind. Henry David Thoreau. 13. Education is simply the soul of a society as it passes from one generation to another. G.K. Chesterton. 14. You can hand out condoms, drop bombs, build roads, or put in electricity, but until the girls are educated, a society won't change. Greg Mortensen. 15. The function of education, therefore, is to teach one to think intensively and to think critically. But education that stops with efficiency may prove the greatest menace to society. The most dangerous criminal may be the man gifted with reason, but with no morals. Martin Luther King Jr. Reflection of the Society quotes. "16. The schools we go to are reflections of the society that created them. Nobody is going to give you the education you need to overthrow them. Nobody is going to teach you your true history, teach you your true heroes, if they know that that knowledge will help set you free." As'ada Shakur. 17. We want one class of persons to have a liberal education, and we want another class of persons, a very much larger class of necessity in every society, to forego the privilege of a liberal education and fit themselves to perform specific difficult manual tasks. Woodrow Wilson. 18. Education spending will be most effective if it relies on parental choice and private initiative, the building blocks of success throughout our society. Milton Friedman. 19. An average person with average talent, ambition, and education can outstrip the most brilliant genius in our society, if that person has clear, focused goals. Brian Tracy. 20. Nature made me happy and good, and if I am otherwise, it is society's fault. Jean-Jacques Rousseau. 21. The present convergence of crises, in money, energy, education, health, water, soil, climate, politics, the environment, and more, is a birth crisis, expelling us from the old world into a new one. Charles Eisenstein. 22. We as an economic society are going to have to pay our whole population to go to school and pay it to stay at school. Richard Buckminster Fuller. 23. Knowledge is power. Information is liberating. Education is the premise of progress in every society, in every family. Kofi Annan. 24. If you are in a position where you can reach people, then use your platform to stand up for a cause. Hint: social media is a platform. Germany Kent. 32. Education is like pruning, it wrecks the natural growth of the tree in favor of a form that is useful to commercial society. Tom Hodgkinson. Hodgkinson. 33. The day people will start using their learner's instincts instead of the survival instincts in education, our society will no longer be a place where education kills your knowledge. Ameya Agrawal. 34. The education provided must therefore encourage the development in each citizen of three things: an inquiring mind, an ability to learn from what others do, and reject or adapt it to his own needs, and a basic confidence in his own position as a free and equal member of the society, who values others and is valued by them for what he does and not for what he obtains. Julius Nyerere. 35. The education of the individual, in addition to promoting his own innate abilities, would attempt to develop in him a sense of responsibility for his fellow men in place of the glorification of power and success in our present society. Albert Einstein. 36. True education should teach us how to think, how to see the beauty in the midst of ugliness, how to love without judging, how to find the opportunity to help, and how to develop a peaceful and nonviolent society. Debsish Mrida. 37. You can't be a revolutionary, you can't want to change society if you don't love people, there's no point in it. Miles Horton. Best learning quotes for society to educate it. 38. In our society, we no longer pride ourselves on being educated, knowledgeable, well-read. We prefer, instead, the illusion of erudition. Michael C. Perkins. 39. Our problem right now is that we're so specialized that if the lights go out, there are a huge number of people who are not going to know what to do. But within every dystopia, there's a little utopia. Margaret Atwood. 40. I wonder in what way I would function as a person in a society without ever attending school. I'd be myself. J.R.M. 41. If we exaggerate the present and future value of the stock market, then as a society we may invest too much in business startups and expansions, and too little in infrastructure, education, and other forms of human capital. Robert J. Schiller. 42. Every society which allows violence against animals secretly becomes a violent society. Debsish Mrida. I hope you liked the above Educate Society quotes. Don't forget to mention the best line that you liked most from the above lines